Minneapolis City.
Post goals!
The People's Pitch Podcast, brought to you by Summit Brewing Company.
Hello again, friends. Welcome to the People's Pitch Podcast, the show dedicated to your Minneapolis City Soccer Club. I am your host, John, and joining me, as always, is my co-op partner in the FIFA game of life, Mr. Nathan Morales. Nate, what's up, my friend? Have you been hitting them sticks lately?
Yeah, dude, you know what? I went on the Ultimate Team, and I bought up all the Minnesota United players I could, and then they all got hurt or traded.
Or scored on miserably.
It's just a miserable. It just sucks.
Held underwater.
It sucks. So.
Well, I had a little interesting thing. So I went back to my roots to pick Kaiserslautern off the Bundesliga 2.
They've got like 7 strikers on their roster. I hate starting a franchise with them.
So I took them. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna dedicate to Kaiserslautern and get them back up. Then on Saturday, I got a little drunk and I started playing. I couldn't do it, and I fucking lost my job. They fired me. I lost 4 in a row, and I got fired from a fictional soccer club.
Harsh.
So, anyways,
twice fired from Kaiserslautern.
Yeah, right. One was voluntary.
Oh yeah, right.
One was definitely being fired. So we say it every time, but we mean it this week. We have a great show for you folks, and like last week, we say it's going to be a light week because there's light news, but actually this is going to be a long one. So definitely buckle up. We're going to talk a little preseason friendly action. We took on Shattuck. That went down this past Saturday. We also have a player in the house who played in that game and will provide us some insights throughout. You know him by 2 simple letters, but we know him as much more. AO, Mr. Aaron Olson is here. AO, how are you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming on the show this week.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me. Excited to be here.
You were early.
If you want to give me that credit, I will take it.
I will give you that credit. And then finally, if the stars align, which I think they may, we'll have a member of the coaching staff that pops in for a bit to chat. But before we get started, a little bit of a congratulations to our soccer cousins across the city.
Yeah, man. Huge 4-2 win for the Loons this weekend. I was happy to be there and be a part of history once again. I thought that after the Salt Lickers scored like 3 minutes into the game that this was just going to be the same old track played on repeat. But
I don't want to get into this too much, but Mulholland, he scored like 3 game winners in the playoffs to bring a title for the Thunder. Or for the Stars, I mean.
Yeah, Stars.
Yeah, so it's like fitting that guy scores against Minnesota United in their first ever victory. It was like a whole Minnesota thing. I was watching it on TV, I thought. That's kind of cool.
It was pretty cool to see Molino and Ramirez and your best friend Venegas make something happen on the offense. I like that a lot. I liked Brent Coleman stopping the ball with his nutsack. That was an excellent defensive move.
Never saw it coming, did you? Forward?
Nope. And so we have our first win of the first win ever. And it was cool being at the game because I ran into all sorts of people. I ran into Duncan Whirling, which was funny. I ran into Dan and Sarah, and even Will Kidd was floating around the stadium. So if you go to games, make sure to wear your city gear because you never know what kind of friends you're going to find at the TCF Bank Stadium.
I mean, yeah. Go Loons.
Go Loons, but wear your city stuff.
Yeah. My other club is a Division 4 team.
Yep. So on that beautiful Saturday afternoon, before United took it to the Salt Lickers, City was in action.
Yes.
In Faribault, in a friendly against the Shattuck DA. Yes. So John and AO, I know you guys were both there, but before we get into the game, what are some things, John, that we should know about Shattuck? Because these really weren't your average high school kids, were they?
No, they're not your average high school kids. So it was the Under-18 Development Academy, and it's currently in the final stretch of their season. And they're 9-7-2 in the DA in their overall, and then they're we found out is they're 5th in their division, which is a 10-team division, which puts them at an 8-seed wild card for the DA playoffs. And we're talking like
they've got a pretty strong division.
We're talking like the Columbus Crew, the Chicago Fire. Like, there's good people in their division. There's also MTA, and they're kind of like just scraping above the bottom. But they're like the Stoke of the MTA is of the DA. They're like not quite good enough to ever be in the Champions League, and like sometimes in Europa. this year they're kind of sometimes in Europa.
All right.
So, as far as who we played, they feature kind of some highly touted national players. A guy that goes by the name of Mitch Hammer. I thought that was a great name. Especially for an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
What's your name, Mitch Hammer? How do you not give him a soccer scholarship?
He needs to have a mullet.
Right, and then the division's leading goal scorer, Logan Sullivan, who did not hit the score sheet against us, so hats off to the defenders in the room and not in the room. And then Mike Fang from St. Paul, he plays on the U16 national team. He actually did score against us on a really impressive individual. He kind of dribbled like 4 guys and scored. But his brother plays with Steve at Green Bay, Brian, and actually inquired about playing with us, but kind of came – it's kind of Brian come lately.
A little late to the party.
Yeah, a little late to the party, so we didn't have him in there. But they also have another forward, the kid who's number 16, who he was pretty tricky. He's from United Arab Emirates. His name's Ali Kapasi. I looked him up, and he's on some interesting scholarship thing from UAE, so... that's kind of a thing. But anyways, these kids are technically sound. They play good soccer. They train twice a day, so they're fit. And it was really a good test for us to go to 11s, specifically for the first time. And the last 2 times we played them, I think you were involved in one of them when we played them.
Yep.
It was just
at least one of them.
It just didn't go well.
Nope.
So this time, it went better for us. But that was kind of my take on it. I mean, what was your take on who these guys are and what they kind of bring to the table?
Who these guys are on our side?
On Shattuck.
On Shattuck?
Who we played.
Man,
Punk bitches.
Yeah, I don't want to be, that direct about it, but yeah, bunch of punk bitches. No. They're really good for high schoolers, obviously. I mean, Shattuck is a program where they bring in the kids and they train every day with that team, and it's almost a college setting right before they get to that level of play. So, that it's really good for the development of the players. But yeah, I'd say, in my opinion, playing on the back line, the number 16 up top, what'd you say his name was?
His name is Ali Kapasi.
Ali Kapasi. He kind of posed the only threat.
Little kid,
the
too.
The little guy, number 10.
Yeah.
That scored there.
Oh, that was Brian Bang.
Brian Bang.
Or Mike Bang, sorry.
Mike Bang. Obviously a great individual play there. But, it was a circumstance of kind of the game and how that individual play developed.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't necessarily as if he was a threat all game.
He was just a threat in that moment.
Exactly. But it's always fun to go down there and play Shattuck.
Yep.
They
host us.
They host us.
Anything.
Yeah. It really helps us, and I hope it helps them. From the sounds of it, it does, and also it maybe checks their egos a bit.
Yeah, I think so. It. I don't want to get too much into that, but they basically my conversations with them outside of just thank you so much for having us was at some point the gloves come off and the stuff that they try to pull because they say we're grown men and they're just high school kids kicking after the play and stuff to try to gain an advantage. Pretty soon we're gonna not be nice about it.
Right.
And it'll just completely stop. But that's just how you police the game. But they're great hosts. They film the game. They're going to send us the game film so that you guys can watch it.
Oh,
and
awesome.
Stuff. So yeah.
Cool. John, what is the Shattuck DA? You mentioned that they've been playing against the Columbus DA, the Chicago DA. They're not affiliated with a team in Shattuck, are they?
Well, that's kind of a tricky thing, Nate. They were last year affiliated with Minnesota United going into MLS, and then something happened, and now Minnesota United's doing their own thing.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know.
So they were going to be, and that's why they're in this division,
were.
or they always have been?
They always have been in the division. They're basically a soccer boarding school.
Right, yeah.
Not just soccer, but
That's where Sidney Crosby went, so they're they're just a sports boarding school.
Went there. Luke Hackinson, who played with us last year, was there. But it's a development academy for sports, and this is just their soccer program. I think they kind of got fucked by Minnesota United. I don't know what happened, but it seems on paper like that. You hope it didn't happen, but they've already talked to me about we have some players that are aging out that are from in town next year. How do we get them hooked up to try out with you? And it was some of the kids who weren't there. So and they're kids that are choosing to not go to college, have a gap year before they go to college. So they're going to be like 19 when they're freshmen versus 18.
Right.
Maybe some kids are a little bit smaller, but they're good at soccer. So that growth year. So maybe they affiliate with us.
That was my next question is we've been working with them quite a bit. Well, we played 3-4 games against them in a friendly capacity. So is there a maybe one day scenario that we're working towards, or is this just like we're just trying to get a high level of competition and practice when we can?
Well, I think what happened like with Luke was we went down there and played them a year ago, and then it was like, so what are you doing after the academy's over?
So a little bit of scouting.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I'm going to go train with Minnesota United, but I need to get game minutes. We're like, well, why don't you do both? Play with us and get a few game minutes. Too bad that their team went like deep into the playoffs and we had them for like a month.
Yeah.
But then we have those guys like, if Luke didn't pursue other avenues this summer after having a great year at Creighton, he comes and plays with us. So it's nice. They noticed us. They noticed we can play ball, and we're a good organization, so they keep inviting us back, which is great.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Who all from City went down there, made that trip, and then what were you guys as coaches looking to see from them?
So we had we were missing some guys. I'm sure you can attest for it. Like there were some trial guys who were playing, some Stegman's guys that came in, but we were missing. So we had Elder. We had Peter in goal, so they each split 45 minutes. Both goals came while Peter was in net. Not indicative of how well Matt played or how well Peter didn't play, just that the goals got scored when he was in. We had AO, Joey, Max, Charlie, a trial guy named Jovan from St. Olaf, Whitney, who went down with an ankle sprain and only really played like first 15 minutes. Will Kidd, we had from Stegman's, we had Nick Hutton and Ryan Camerata, who was with us last year. And Nick was with us in the Open Cup before he got injured. Then we had Wexler, Martin, Miles, Timmy, and Javi.
Oh yeah, sweet. So first look at Javi in our jersey in a game situation. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if he wouldn't have come like right when the game started, that would have been great.
Oh.
He was there like warming up. But
so you said the score was 3-2?
Yeah, the score was 3-2. We like you were saying, we should have probably put like at least 6 goals.
Should have been 10-0.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It just our finishing boots were left in Minneapolis.
But I think that's what happens.
Right.
First time outside, stretching the legs, trying to get back in the swing of things.
Shooting on a big goal.
Yeah.
Fresh air.
Why?
Sunshine.
Why we can't hit a big goal? I don't know.
Right.
It might be a little
Well, you were
harder for
saying
some
like
reason.
before we hit record, you were saying that even like when you hit the field, there's a huge difference between playing indoors for the winter and then now you're outside and you just don't know what to do with all that space.
Right. Yeah. The difference in spacing is just completely noticeable. It was great. It's awesome to play 11s.
Especially when it's beautiful
when
outside.
It's probably the first great day of spring. So can't complain about that.
Mm-hmm.
But you just got to work out the kinks. And I think that each game we play, 11 aside, we're going to get better and better. It wasn't a poor showing by any means.
It was the best
wasn't a
showing
poor
that we've had going down there since
Absolutely.
I've been involved with them.
Sweet.
It's very encouraging.
And not even having like 80% of our team, really.
Right.
We have about 20% of our team.
Right.
Nice. So key takeaways from this game moving forward. We've got Minnesota to gear up for on May 5th. You're hoping to kind of use this game as a springboard to even.
We might get in one
even further
more.
things.
Kind of working through that right now. Don't know who it'll be yet, but I got some stakes in the fire. But it was definitely a great start. I don't know what Minnesota's going to throw at us, but I feel like it's going to be a little bit different than Shattuck. Maybe, bigger opponents, stronger, but maybe not as technically good as a team because they don't play soccer every day and their season's over. But it's for charity, so it'll be a good game to get into.
Yeah, totally.
But as far as like what we saw goals from Ryan Camerata with an assist from Tim, Miles scoring from assist from Tim, and then Javi scoring on an assist from Miles at the end. I
heard the Miles. I was talking to Dan at the United game, and he said the Miles goal was just like he was angry because we just got scored at, he
went through the whole team.
Went through the whole team. Yep, like it was that FIFA World Cup commercial or something where you just run through all the you just run through all the dudes and
Second goal was great. Yeah, I mean he did all the work. He made the tackle. He got up.
He gave the ball away, went and got it back.
Gave the ball away, got it back, dribbled a couple guys, passed it for a give and go, and then notched it.
Yeah, the best is when he went around one guy. He was just talking shit. He was
you can always count on Miles for a good celebration.
He's like 4 yards behind the guy. He's like says something like "fuck you, bitch." He's like, oh my.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny. But I think, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't mean to toot my own horn here. I got to correct you though. I gave Cammy the assist on that first goal.
That's fine. You can blame everyone else I talked to because I didn't quite know who it was. I thought it was someone that I thought it was either you or Charlie getting up on the wing that got him the ball.
Yeah.
But no, we'll give you the credit where it's deserved. Look at me, I'm even running.
It might be my only points of the season. I just gotta.
you gotta take
credit. You were getting
that's
up.
Right, that's right.
I was gonna mention it when we talk about the key takeaways. One fitness factor, you can probably attest to it. Like around 70 minutes,
we went.
Our team kind of hit the wall.
Really?
Yeah, because we just started fully practicing. I mean, guys were going through the fitness stuff on their own and the fitness program that Adam kind of sent out. But like game minutes, like you don't unless you play them. It's just like. You hit that wall, you're like, like first 5 minutes, everyone's buzzing around, and it's like you get in a groove, and then halftime comes, and then you got like another like 15 to maybe 20 minutes, 10 probably, and then it's just like right in the face. You're like, holy shit, sub. So I think that took over, and that's when they scored their second goal. And it was kind of just like a weird bounce and some weird shit happened. But anyways, key takeaways, playing well together already, light years ahead of last summer, I think.
Absolutely.
And I think the next thing I had here was Open Cup connections continue. I think you saw like Joey playing in the back line with Charlie and even like connecting with Ryan and Hutton and like Miles, like guys were used to playing together instead of being like, we have to put a team together. You guys go out and figure out how to play together.
Right. It
was more of like, we're going to take the style we learned in the Open Cup, sprinkle on what Adam's starting, and we're just going to keep the momentum going forward. I also thought that Miles as the number 6, we're going to get him more advanced, but he, due to injury, AJ came up with an injury in training, played the number 6. I thought he played fantastic. Like I thought he was probably the biggest bright spot we had on the field. And I kind of coupled that with Max. I don't know what your take was on Max being the first time seeing playing with him full sided. I was really impressed. I thought like he did well and for being a 19-year-old.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you can kind of tell you can tell he's a little timid out there, just playing with other men
instead of boys.
Instead of boys, exactly, because everyone else his own age compared to him is a child. I mean, we're talking about an infant. This guy is
Max. He's Max.
Max. He's Max. Yes. So no, but totally correct. I mean,
his plays
did a great job. I think one area where he can really develop is his distribution. But speaking from experience, when I was his age, that was also the area that I needed development into. It's just how much game time have you had? How much experience at that level have you had? Can you see the lanes?
Sure. And I thought before we get to your play, I thought Hutton was a bright spot. Just his work,
always
his work rate.
Let him run.
The best is Nate. I don't know if it was Timmy that did a give and go with him, but it was something where he got like sprung free. And it was like on the 6-yard box.
It was off a dead ball. It was off a corner or something that they had kicked in, and then it had bounced around in our box a little bit. It came out to me actually, and I got my head up and saw Hutton 1-on-1 with their center back, and I thought to myself, all I got to do is put the ball at half or like get it up to him, and he's gone. And he took off. Yeah, I mean, I kicked it probably to half field in the air, and he took a touch off his head forward.
And then just like flew by.
And then
he was a track star at the U.
Right.
So it's like, this guy's fucking fast. But the one I was talking about was where someone played him through around the 6-yard box, and he shot it off the post, and it busted him right back in the face.
Oh, yeah.
he had just gotten in.
The very first play
he had. Busts his nose and gets the old tampon up the nose. I thought Timmy's hold-up play was classic Timmy, and I thought from your perspective, you got forward a ton. You were able to like get beyond.
Chad doesn't usually happen, right?
Yeah, you got a nosebleed. You're up so high.
I know.
But no, you got forward a lot. And you were able to like do some stuff on target versus having to just defend.
Yeah,
so that was great, which is awesome because now you in the system that Adam wants to play, like you guys have like freedom to
Absolutely.
up and down the wings.
Yep. And I think that the personnel we had in the middle of the field definitely allowed for a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was Whitney on the wing, or is his name Giovanni? Giovanni. Hit both of them on the wing in front of me. Just was a great outlet for any passes, and also did a very good job of creating space for me or someone else to get through.
Mm-hmm.
So
like tucking in and letting you overlap.
Tucking in and allowing the overlap. And then Martin, oh my gosh, man, he was playing ball after ball, just through ball, just little just finesse balls that they were perfect.
You're just running onto him. Like
everyone was running onto him.
Did you ever see that gif of like Frodo just running through the field, and it's like when an outside defender sees open space? That's how you were, man. You were just galloping through like hell
that,
yeah.
But,
I'll send that to you.
Okay, sounds good.
But you mentioned Whitney got hurt.
Yeah, to kind of close the loop here, he rolled his ankle, not super great, but he's been injured before. We're just going to shut him down, get him evaluated, and then give him all the rest he needs to get back. No, like, trying to get back early.
Yeah.
It's going to be, like, you have to be 100%. Mm-hmm. Like, do the rehab, get after it. But, again, first thoughts were we can only get better from here. Trainings are starting to get regular. We have an influx of both in-town guys coming back who were injured or who just couldn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the out-of-town guys start rolling in. Like, it's going to get sweet real fast, and, like, super excited.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what your take is on the game itself and how excited or how disappointed you might have been, whatever your feelings were.
Excited is the word. That is the word. Nothing but.
All right.
Speaking of excited, we've got Aaron Olson in studio. You've heard him. He just said something.
He said excited.
Yep. It's nice to have a familiar face here, man. You were the defender you were one of the key defenders for Minneapolis City all last season, especially down the stretch as we really needed that veteran presence. So it's great to have you here. Before we talk about City and your post-college background, I want to dive into kind of your high school and college career because it's something that we like to cover and kind of get the background of. You like most of the players on our roster are pretty well decorated. We like to recruit players with a little bit of a pedigree. In high school, now you went to SPA, St. Paul Academy.
That's correct.
Are you from St. Paul?
Just south of St. Paul, Mendota Heights.
Okay, yep. So a 4-year varsity letterman at SPA from 2004 to 2007. You played right back, you played right mid, you played center mid, even a little bit at striker.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, which is great.
Whatever the team needs.
Tri-Metro All-Conference 2006-2007. And you were the captain of that team. What's Tri-Metro?
Tri-Metro is the disband. Now it's a disband conference that St. Paul Academy was involved in, as well as their main rivals Blake, Breck, Minnehaha Academy, several others, MPA, Mounds Park Academy. Now I believe the conference is almost the same. It's just not called Tri-Metro. It's some sort of independent conference.
So you were among the state leaders in points in 2007, which led to an all-state selection. So you were all-state in 07. Are there any names familiar to us that might have been on that team with you, that all-state team?
Well, one who I've heard is now playing with the Twin Stars is KP Toure.
Okay. Was he on a roster for the Open Cup?
He was on our roster for the Open Cup. That is correct.
We were super excited for him,
and he came down last time we played Shattuck.
Okay.
The previous game.
Yeah, I remember that name. All right.
So he's always his name's always been out there. Also, let's see. So I was on the small school side, right? There was it's always 1A versus AA.
Right.
That's
based on
Yep. That's how they do that kind of game format. And then. So Colin Monasterio would have been on the large school side. He was probably one of the bigger names my year of graduation. So whether or not you're familiar with his name, I'm not sure. But
I'm not. But that's all right. So you're multi-skilled because you have your 2-year letter in basketball and an all-conference honorable mention in 2007.
Hey.
What position did you play in basketball?
I was guard. I was either at the point or shooting, which you don't want me at either. I'm just going to say that right now. I should caveat that at St. Paul Academy, a very small private school, it was not difficult as long as you were athletic to letter in anything that you wanted.
You could just all sports.
Yes.
And that helped your 4 years. We've been able to see the speed and the endurance on display as you played for City, but you were in track for 4 years, also all conference, 2006, 2007, and then.
Yeah, then you went on to Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas. What brought you to a Minnesota boy like you with fair skin out to the desert?
Well,
it's not the desert. First of all, San Antonio is beautiful.
I mean, Texas is all
there. There's a bit of green down there.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of lush life.
The River Walk.
The River Walk. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. In fact, that river's green sometimes. So, but what brought me down to San Antonio? My parents weren't very knowledgeable of athletics in general. So
couple of nerds.
That's pretty much true. Couple of journalists. So, and not sports journalists.
That's my kind of people. Oh, that's my kind of people.
Prize winning, the Olsons.
NBD.
But they handed me a book when I was looking at colleges because they knew I wanted to play soccer in college. So they handed me this book that was it kind of evaluated every single team out there at every single level out there. So I mean,
nice.
You gotta do your research.
Yeah, exactly. Got to do your research.
Like the Popular Mechanics Guide to College
or Consumer Reports.
Consumer
That's what you're talking about.
Yep, exactly. And Trinity was a very highly ranked Division III school. I had aspirations of going Division I originally. I was not offered any real spot on any Division I team. I was offered walk-ons at almost every school that I had gone to a camp at or had contacted, but Trinity had actually given me a recruiting spot, so along with a scholarship. Now obviously Division III doesn't offer athletic scholarships, but my academic scholarship probably had a bit of athletic influence.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
No, what's that like when you're going around and camping to all these different schools? I mean, that's a lot of travel. You think like when you're high school junior, high school senior, and you're going on tours to campuses, that's tough enough on you and the parents, but like you actually got to go and try out and spend a lot of time on campuses, meet with coaches.
Yep.
That's a huge time commitment.
It is a big time commitment. I think most of my travel was done late in the summer of my junior year of high school. That's kind of the year that everyone's looking at you, and that you try to get your name out there. But yeah, it was just me and my dad in a car, and we would just roll around the Midwest.
That's cool.
Yeah. So much NPR. Oh my God. You know it because my mom used to work for NPR.
Oh,
so,
well, of course, yeah.
So
there, Trinity is the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference, the SCAC.
The SCAC. The SCAC.
SCAC.
I like the SCAC better.
But
SCAC. We'll call it that. So you redshirted in 2008 due to a broken leg. What happened there?
It was a broken ankle.
Close enough. It's on your leg.
Yeah, that's true.
I literally looked at broken ankle on here and I said leg. I don't know what.
Not so funny story. I was actually slated to start as a freshman at right back for our home opener. It was the third game of the season. And in between the week that we had come back from our first couple games on the road and that home opener, I was coaxed into playing an intramural basketball game with my freshman.
Oh, that's how it always happens.
Oh,
and
you broke your ankle playing hoops?
Yeah.
Really? Dunking on some guy?
No, my ankle was one of those double entendres. Like he broke my ankles, he actually broke my ankle when he crossed me over. I will say
that's just the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you.
Yeah, I stole the ball from him, but I wasn't able to actually grab it because I couldn't move after my ankle was broken.
So tons of honors in college. Obviously, after the red shirt, you were very successful. You're the captain in 2012. What else, John?
You won what's called the Timothy Tito Isom Award it's kind of like a team MVP award.
Correct. Yep. So sometimes that award aligns with the most recognized player in terms of
most likes on like Instagram kind of thing.
That's not where I was going with it, but sure. No, I was I'm trying to say someone who gets the recognition from the coaching associations, the NCAA and at large. Other years, as was the case with my year, I wasn't necessarily, I didn't have many statistics to follow my play, but it was really nice to receive that award because it meant that I had gained the respect of my teammates, and whether or not the Coaches Association or the NCAA saw me as, the most valuable player on the team, the teammates saw me as the most valuable player on the team, which is absolutely, it's the most important.
So as far as like actual honors though, so you were a conference champion from 2008 to 2010, and then in 2012, Sweet 16, 2008, 2011, and 12, Elite 8 in 2008. That was like that was the one. But you were nationally ranked at the end of each season, and in your time there, you were a combined 87, 9, and 10, which is it's pretty fucking cool, man. That's a lot of wins.
Yeah, it's a lot of wins. There was it was just a way of the way we play. First of all, our conference was not a very strong conference. I'll give it that, but we did have to travel the most geographically spread out course of travel in any conference of the Division III, NCAA Division III. So
kind of like City last year.
So yeah, that was a challenge in itself to remain on top of your game when you've got all this travel going on in the background.
Sure.
But yeah, basically what that means is one loss during the season and then one loss to end your season, and that's how most of our seasons went. So obviously well decorated, and I like how you talked about team success. There was some individual stuff in there, but a lot of the things when I asked you for give me some stats, give me some AO stats. Yeah.
You put down all team stuff, which is great.
That's all there is. It's just all team stuff.
It's all about team. So you played a bit of international soccer. Tell us a little bit about that. How you got hooked up, and did you play with anyone or against anyone that we know of?
Ooh, I wouldn't be able to give you the names of the players, but apparently when I was down in Argentina with Team USA, there were a couple players on the Argentina side that were Boca Junior players. Yeah. Or either in their reserve system, about to make their debut.
They're Boca Juniors players.
They were hyped.
Yeah.
Yes, they were very hyped. And they were very good. We got rocked. Yeah. I had just, it was great experience for me, and I'm assuming everyone else on that side, because when we played those teams in South America, I had never seen teams use as small of lanes as they did, use the sidelines the way they did, use their technicality the way they did. It was eye-opening and humbling all at the same time.
You're just like, I can run faster than you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's about it.
Yep, I got a couple nutmegs in, and I just left the field after that.
Yeah. All right, see you guys.
What were you doing down there? What team was it for?
So it was for the Pan American Maccabi Games, which in layman's terms is kind of the Jewish Olympics.
Okay.
I'm sure they're the Christian Games.
No.
I think those are like the real Olympics.
Those are the real Olympics? Oh, okay. So there's 4 years rotation. One is the traditional Maccabi Games that is held in Israel every 4 years. The next is the Pan American Games, which is held in a different South American country every 4 years. And then the other one is, I think, the Australian Maccabi Games, and then there might be an off year.
And you got recruited for that?
No. So
you get to sign up?
You got to sign up. You got to sign up. The tryout process is a little convoluted. You send in an application, and somebody, I'm assuming the coaches, all go through them and then pick a player pool from that. You go down to Miami for a week and have a trial, little combine action, and then from there they pick the team, and whoever isn't picked goes home. So thank God cool. I got picked, because that would have been kind of a waste.
So that's still go on?
Like we don't.
Yep, that goes on. It's continuing.
Let me know where to send my letter of recommendation for you.
Oh, appreciate it. Yeah.
So how did a Jewish international such as yourself find your way to Minneapolis City? Like, there's got to be a little bit of a road. It's through the Stegman's route, probably like everyone else.
Yeah. Yep.
And you seem to have been a winner everywhere you go, right? Through whether it's Stegman's or college. Because with Stegman's, right, with the internationals from 2008 to 2015, you've been there for that's 7 years.
Yep.
The Minnesota Cup champions in 2011.
Yeah.
You had, of course, then Stegman City in 2016, which are the MASL champions, and the Minnesota Cup champions. That's a big year.
Yeah.
And you were the club player of the year for 2016, voted on by all Stegman's team managers.
Very
So
humbling award.
Again,
Absolutely.
the people love you.
I wish I could remember it.
Just a big ass
People love
trophy.
you. You were in the basement of Honey, blacked out.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember it.
No, it was the W.
Yeah.
It was the W, yeah.
With a big ass trophy.
The big trophy. Yeah. I kept going around saying that I had won an adult spelling bee.
Yeah, this girl goes, what'd you win the trophy for? An adult spelling bee.
That's like...
She goes, what was the winning word? And he goes, couch.
There's a hidden R in there somewhere.
Yeah.
There's got to
There's a
be.
hidden R.
There's got to be.
So that's the tricky part. But yeah, last year was amazing with Stegman City. Definitely couldn't have done it without the infrastructure and kind of general leadership of the directors of the entire club, Stegman's. But with exception to that year, the wins keep piling up, but the trophies have not.
Trophies have been running dry.
Have been very difficult to obtain. I guess you could say that a summation of my career is kind of very high. It has a very high upside, a lot of potential, but essentially a choke artist.
Are you going to be on that Stegman's team that plays the Bavarians, the Stegman 77 team?
Yes.
Newly
yes,
renamed?
that's
Some
very
might say
exciting.
he's
as well.
wearing the
Second.
captain's armband.
Oh.
Maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
you did a
Maybe.
good job wearing that armband a couple times.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that when you got that yellow card?
I don't think so.
No.
You had one job.
I had one job. I know. I saw the yellow of the armband and I couldn't help myself.
So let's dive into City a bit. You're now in year 2 of this experiment. You've and pretend that John isn't here, and he can take it anyway. But how did year 1 go for you?
Year 1 for me personally was a lot of fun. Definitely enjoyed meeting and playing with all these players that were also of a very high level. I consider myself really fortunate to have been able to start, I think, most of the games, probably every game except for the one that I was
Your big stat
disqualified for.
Your big stat is played every minute of every game you were eligible for.
Yes.
That's true.
Yep. But beyond that, it's an awesome idea. It's the team concept is great. I was talking to you a little bit about this a little bit before we got on the podcast. But,
Yeah.
The fact that all of our players are homegrown, trying to keep it very local and have that sort of identity of this is your city.
Yeah.
These players are from here. Half the people in the stands know somebody on the field, and it just creates a relationship that so many teams don't have.
Yeah, and it gets people excited, it gets the fans excited, and it gets the players ready to. Players want to play, for
Absolutely.
the place they grew up.
Yeah.
So a lot of big changes this year, obviously, roster changes, organizational changes. How do you see that coming to life on the field? What differences do you see when you're playing, when you're practicing? How does that feel?
Yeah, absolutely. Last year, and I think this was actually said on a previous podcast, and I think Adam mentioned it. Year 1 of anything is going to be tough.
You have done some research.
I know.
Yeah,
So smart.
it's going to be tough it's going to be tough on you.
Wait till the speed round comes, man.
I'm ready.
It'll go
I'm
fast.
ready.
At least it'll go fast. No choking.
Yeah, so year 1 was, I think, great. Like we definitely created a good groundswell of support. But yeah, just we needed a little bit more professionalism with our coaching. And not to knock Keith at all, but I think he was entrusted with maybe too much just on himself. So it's good to see that Adam has 2-3 4 kind of assistant coaches.
He's
out there.
got 4 assistant coaches.
Yeah,
he's almost got a 6-man coaching staff.
4 assistant coaches, and Jeremy's kind of his advisory position.
Right. Yeah, it's great to have Jerry around again, as always.
Yep. Yeah. Which is the perfect job for him, just being an advisor.
Just a counselor. Just the
such an
team
addicting
chaplain.
personality.
He's the team guidance counselor.
Yep. So once upon a time, I interviewed you after a loss, and you gave me a total smartass interview where you did it from like the basically you parroted the cliche sports press conference answers of everyone needs to give 100%.
Key and Peele.
Yep. That was pretty funny in hindsight.
Didn't even do it that well, but
I thought it was great.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Right.
So how does that dry sense of humor translate to like your team interactions? Now that you're one of the veterans on the team, are you bringing that kind of like low key lightheartedness to the team? Are you busting everyone's balls real subtle like, or are you just kind of keeping quiet?
Yeah, I would hope that my personality, my sense of humor, kind of acts as a bit of like I try to diffuse any tension. Not that there is any tension, but or just nerves in general. Mm-hmm. That's kind of my way of dealing with it. So I'm just hoping that I can make friends through my interactions such as that, where hopefully people understand that I'm joking.
People get the sarcasm,
right,
the dry humor.
Right.
I thought it was great. The only thing better than that was me surprising Wexler when we interviewed him in Des Moines about.
Oh, with the on camera.
No, that was a different time.
He clammed up.
This is the one where I asked him. I was like, "So how are we better than Minnesota United reserves?" And he's just like, He just, I got him.
He hates an interview.
Yeah, he does, but he wants to be on the podcast. So
all right,
we'll loosen him up with a little
bullet.
It seems to help.
It does.
So what are you looking forward to from the team this year? Is there anything that kind of jumps out as yes, I can't wait for that?
Definitely playing with players that have played at levels even higher than what we're at right now. Bringing in Coleman, bringing in O'Brien, bringing in coaching staff that have played at higher levels, just the experience factor, gaining perspective on the game from them. It's always helpful to have someone who has experienced a higher level, just that IQ, to have that IQ on the field, to have that level of I don't know the word I'm trying to say, but
I think professionalism is what.
Professionalism, it's just
a lot of situational experience. Like,
exactly.
We even saw it when you're talking about veterans, like even in the U.S. Open Cup match. Yeah. Landy Madsen comes on 90th minute
and just helps kill the game.
Right. Like,
right.
Does what he needs to do. We score the go-ahead goal, and then it's like, and then he helps kill it. He knows exactly where the ball needs to go and all that stuff. So.
Well, kind of bring it all together here. Is there a team on the schedule that you just want to take right to the house?
Right to the house. Let's see. Thinking about it. VSLT, I'd really like to just kind of assert our dominance as the metro area team to beat.
Gonna hit them over the nose with the newspaper.
Yeah. We The Stegman's team had a couple to a few players that were, I won't say stolen,
recruited,
but were recruited away and are now going to be on the VSLT team. So, that'd be fun to kind of let them know, well, you joined the wrong side.
What happened last time you played the VSLT team?
What happened last time?
Yeah.
I think Stegman's beat them in the championship of Minnesota Cup, maybe 11-0.
That's what happened.
So, well,
no bulletin board material here, but
they got some work to do.
Our reserve side will beat your reserve side.
Well, Ao, it's great to have you back for this season. Yeah. Hopefully, anytime you want to come on the podcast, you just let us know. We'd be happy to have you on.
Can we get away from work for a couple hours?
Yes, please.
You want to stick around a little bit? Have a beer, have a little bourbon. While we bring on our next guest, because we got the speed round coming right up.
Sounds good.
All right.
So a few weeks back, we had head coach Adam Pribble on, and he kind of ran through the staff. And today we are blessed to have the man who replaced Adam's role last year, in Coach Doug Sidney. Doug, welcome, my man, to the show. How are you doing?
Thank you. It's very cool to be here. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Just sitting in the back, chilling out, listening to AO talk about the Jewish Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, you bring some levity to it, but I gotta say, it's really cool to sit in on an interview with a player of his level that is as modest and as humble as he is, and that is awesome to have. And you've actually put a culture together on your team. I'm sure we'll get into this too. That
I mean, you can say it again if you like.
No, and you're sitting right here, AO, but I don't care. But it's very cool to see someone that has that mindset, and that's probably attributed a lot of your success too.
So can you help settle something between Adam and I?
Sure.
We know that you're a man of many talents in goalkeeping and playing soccer, one of them, coaching. But you're also an actor. You work in advertising, do some voiceover stuff, some spokesperson. But what is your actual job? Is it being an actor or a coach or?
Put on your tax return.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
No. Yeah. Great question, legitimate question. So I've gotten to do my acting here in the Twin Cities for the last 14 years, and I have always had another full-time gig as well. Acting stuff is great. You're kind of at the mercy of your industry.
Yeah,
I love the work. It does ebb and flow, and there are a lot of factors to it that you're not in control of. You sort of,
Doug's got to pay the bills.
Yes. And so I've done a number of things. I was in the restaurant business for a long time. I coached. I did goalkeeper instructing for a number of clubs and things like that, which I enjoyed doing that supplemented. But the last 2 years, I have a full-time sales gig as well. So I'm in home renovation sales.
Perfect. So you are a salesperson.
I'm in sales.
Perfect. So we were both wrong. So thank you for.
What were your guesses?
I mean, I thought you were a full-time actor. But I also thought, being that I work in advertising, that maybe very few people could be full-time actors in Minneapolis. But you do a lot of work in Minneapolis. If you go to Doug's website, which is...
Oh, you're too kind. I have my website for my acting work. It's douglassidney.com.
Yep. Check it out. Doug, you were a Nazi hunter in a movie. Yeah,
yes.
Check out Doug's work. It's pretty impressive. But anyway, so we'll touch on that a little bit later.
Right,
but you are from no problem. That's the whole reason why we do this.
Right on.
So you're from Minnesota, correct? Where are you from? Where did you go to school?
I am from here. I grew up in Burnsville.
Okay.
So I grew up in Burnsville. We moved from my parents are both from Iowa.
Okay.
And they moved up here, and we moved from Excelsior to Burnsville when I was 9 months. And
It's like back in the Braves days, right?
The entirety of my childhood was in Burnsville.
Okay.
And we were the second to last class when I graduated.
To be a Brave?
Yep, to be a Brave.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, so you go from Burnsville, and you go to play for Notre Dame. You're a Golden Domer. What made you go there? What was the process from Burnsville to Notre Dame?
So, kind of a cool story. Actually, a really cool story. My dad, growing up, was a huge fan. He was a Subway alum. There's a term.
Yeah.
Subway
Oh, yeah.
alumni
Yeah.
are huge Notre Dame fans that don't necessarily attend there, but they're big fans and supporters. And that was my dad's dream, his whole childhood, to go to Notre Dame. And
I thought it was for his son to go to Notre Dame, because that also could be a dream.
It was his first. So the story, as the story continues, he applied to Notre Dame from high school, and that was the year that he was drafted as well. So he was in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
While he was in Vietnam fighting, he received his acceptance letter into Notre Dame.
Oh, sweet.
So he was, and he says today that is what got him.
That brought him
through.
back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He put 2 tours in, and so he was going to attend the fall after he returned.
Mm-hmm.
That summer, he met my mom.
Okay.
And he did not end up going. He decided to stay in Des Moines, where he was from, and get married, and
start a family.
went to school in Iowa. He went to Drake,
Okay.
which Division I school as well. But so growing up, I was born with the onus that I was raised with it. There are most of the photos of the two of us growing up were in Notre Dame gear.
Nice.
And
that's an awesome story, man.
I didn't get there till I was in 6th grade to our first campus visit, but from that visit on, it became my goal as well.
Yeah,
I wanted.
It was
to
your
go
North
there.
Star as soon as you got there.
Exactly.
That's awesome. So, what was it like? It was Big East then, right?
When I started in '92, we were in the MCC, Midwestern Collegiate Conference.
Okay, yeah, I'm well aware because my sister went to Marquette. My sister's the same age as you are, and they were in the MCC for a while as well. Mostly only for basketball though.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember the old MCC. Yep. So how was it like playing Notre Dame?
It was great.
It's a big athletic
it was
school.
very
It
was.
probably.
They recruited nationwide, and so our team was from all over, and so there had to be a lot of team building, and there needed to be a lot of chemistry that had to happen in a really short amount of time because the college season is extremely short and quick and fast and intense.
Familiar.
Yeah, I mean all of us know that. So that was very interesting. Having players from all over, but at the same time too, there were he was bringing in he had a couple of national team players every year, so we had the highly touted players coming in, and it was always interesting to see how they fit into the system. So it was a great experience.
Who was your coach when you were there?
I played under Mike Berticelli.
Okay.
Or Berticelli, and he had come from Greensboro. Yep. He was at UNC Greensboro, and he
was there for a while, right?
I believe he played in a national championship. He didn't win, and he was there for a long time. And then he was at Notre Dame for a while too, and he passed away very suddenly as well. He had heart failure.
Really?
So they were the university was great, and they named the field that they play on now after him. So I played for him. So.
All right, so you have had a pretty extensive career, most recently bringing the Stegman Soccer Club its first ever co-ed league championship.
I did not know it was the first ever.
Well, for co-ed, yep. It's our first ever co-ed team, so you set the bar high. But like you could really top that with any of your other career accomplishments, but tell us a little bit more about your playing career after Notre Dame.
So it was a neat experience. I went out to Los Angeles for graduate school right after I graduated, and I was at Loyola Marymount, and I was very interested in coaching. They had a Division I team, and I went out and talked to the head coach about working with their goalkeepers. And I went out and started preseason with them, and they had 4 goalkeepers, and by the first week, 2 of them were done. Injuries. I think another one was academically was ineligible.
After 2 weeks?
It just came to be the last year. He just wasn't even ready. And
I was gonna say,
it didn't
come on, dog.
No, it didn't come to light that he was.
You barely
shouldn't
take a
even
test
have been.
in 2 weeks.
Right. And so they were down to that. We played UCLA first match of the year, and their starter he had been their starter last year, just got creamed. So they were down to a backup who had a couple years experience. I ended up getting rostered because I myself, talking about what happened, I broke my leg after my sophomore season.
So you had an extra year eligibility?
So I had 2 years left. I missed my last 2 years there.
How did you break it though?
I was in a car wreck here over the summer while I was training.
Oh, no.
And so
not dumb shit like Aaron.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Not like getting crossed over by John Stockton.
and I was sitting over there, and the moment you said yes, so I got talked into a pickup game.
That's like the coach nightmare.
Right.
Right.
So I had eligibility left, so I ended up getting rostered with them.
So you played out at Loyola Marymount?
Yep. And
Home of Hank Gathers?
yeah, exactly, which is a beautiful campus. I ended up finishing my graduate school here in Minnesota, so I did come back, got reconnected with coaching and playing right away. And so I've been coaching as well as playing since I finished college.
Have you ever coached or or played for a team that's really anything like what Minneapolis City's trying to do?
I coached and played for another one of our semi-pro teams here, and so it's really great as a basis of comparison. And some similarities too. The squad that I coached with and played with a couple years ago, there was John, you and I have talked about this a lot. The arrogance seeping into the culture of the team. It's great to play with confidence. It's great to have great players on a team, and it's great to have a swagger when you're out on the field, on the pitch. But when you can make that transition into having a strongly knit culture that's based on respect for the game and things like that.
And everyone just getting along.
That's the ideal. Yeah. So there was a little bit of that as well, but not to the level that I immediately noticed with Minneapolis City.
So to most people who don't get it, your job as a goalkeeper, or the job as a goalkeeper, is really just throw your body around and try to get in the way of the ball. right? But there's so much more to it than that. We've talked to Big Game James about it, talked to Duncan about it, talked to Elder about it.
Talked to Adam about it.
So, like, what as a coach, what skills are you trying to develop in training?
Great question. It really depends on the level of the keeper. I've been able to coach goalkeepers at all different levels. It depends on the level, and it depends where the goalkeeper is at, and it also depends on what is expected of the goalkeeper. And again, that's going to depend on the team. But you want to first of all start with a technical foundation, and then you want tactical prowess as well. And intertwined in that, which is essential, is athleticism. Mm-hmm. I tell all of my goalkeepers, I firmly believe this. I adopted this belief. I feel that the goalkeeper is the most important position in sports. Now, that can be argued. But what I've used in my coaching is communicating that to my goalkeepers, because you are the general on your team. And the goalkeeper has a bigger impact on every single game, match, than he or she ever realizes.
Yep.
And so obviously I'm talking about a lot of the mental component of the position. That's really important too.
Yeah. I was going to say additionally, like you said, not only do you have to stay in the game when you're kind of picking dandelions sometimes,
Yep.
With nothing going down on your side, but you also have to have that vision. You're the only one that sees the whole field. I mean, we talked to Elder about this. It's one of the criticisms we really had when Duncan would come in last year, is he needed to be able to communicate more assertively what was going on around the field. And there's what you're saying, and I agree. So many levels, so many different little intricacies to being an effective goalkeeper.
And what you're talking about too, kind of the underlying tone here, is that what needs to be felt by the squad on the pitch is confidence in that player behind them.
Right.
It's a huge component. He has to have it. He or she has to have it, and it needs to be felt and conveyed to the field players.
So what does it take to be a successful goalkeeping coach? What do you, what are the, you kind of went through some of the things that you need to know more about, or to teach as a coach, but what does it mean to be a successful goalkeeping coach?
I think adaptability and the ability to be in a very brief amount of time to be able to assess where a goalkeeper is at, what his or her strengths are. What we're talking about our squad, Minneapolis City. So we'll talk
about City.
Where he's at, and the way that the system in front of him is being played, and how he fits into that. Okay, that's a huge component, because at this level, all of our goalkeepers have a very strong technical and tactical background, and it's a matter of getting really important work done in training in the limited amount of time that we have
to provide that confidence to
focusing the rest of the team. And so, for instance, with Matt this year, I know exactly the areas that he wants to get even better at, what areas he feels he needs to work on.
Yep.
And so we do a little bit of that in every training session.
But then you also have to kind of rotate those guys too, because if Matt gets hurt and James has to come in, you want the rest of the team to know that, not to feel on edge, that I don't really know what James is going to provide to us back there.
Yep, exactly.
Cool. So how did you end up with the set of misfits that is Minneapolis City?
Yeah. So
how'd you get hooked up with us?
As it goes, I had played with and coached with Matt and Nate and Pete from another semi-pro team.
Okay.
The season before last. And they all went over to Minneapolis City, and I said, hey, keep me posted. About mid-season, Matt hit me up and said, hey, can you come out and train me if we get, if you can get on the field. And so I hit up Adam and coaching staff last year. So I came out to help out on some training sessions to work with Matt, and then got introduced to everyone. That's when I was talking about that culture thing that I noticed right away. I immediately thought, this is an entire group that I would want to be a part of.
So you just kind of jumped at the chance when Adam said, hey man, I need to go.
Yeah, I did it for Matt, because Matt and I work really well together. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Matt. I think he does really good work in the back. And so when he hit me up, I was all too happy to do it. And I'd worked with Adam before. Yeah. You joked about it before, but I got to coach. Adam and I got to coach with another club, so we knew each other.
Well, man, we're happy to have you, because what makes Matt Elder happy makes the rest of us happy.
Right? Yeah. How true is that? Yeah. Have Matt. But you also helped out a little bit when we were doing the Open Cup stuff.
In the fall.
Yep, just to kind of get the goalkeepers going right away because
Yeah.
it was really myself and Dustin Brennan and Cole Erickson, 3 field players, and I immediately told Matt, I was like, get on the horn and talk to Doug and at least get a session or 2 before our games start, just so you guys can get used to like goalkeeper stuff.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so we have a very eclectic mix of guys in the goalkeeper room. If you think about it, you have Ramon, who's our development player, who's 17. Then you have Big Game James, who has something to say about everything. Who I coined Big Game James. I don't know if he's ever played. I don't know if he's ever played in a big game in his life, but that's his nickname. And then you have Peter, who's new to the club, kind of takes that Duncan role that was last year. And then you have Matt. What can you kind of tell us about our goalkeeper room? Like, how is it when you're because you've had them all together, well, twice. James got hurt, but I mean, you've kind of had them all together maybe a few times. Like, tell us what that's like.
What's that dynamic like?
The dynamic, it's
weird.
I wish I could speak to more weirdness with it, but the dynamic is
not yet.
Not yet. Season's young. We're still in the spring, but the dynamic is such that Matt and Pete and James and Duncan, they all knew each other, so there was a rapport and a
they
bit
respected each other.
Yeah, there was a mutual respect, which is rare. I'll be the first to point that out. That doesn't always happen
because there's one job.
There's one job, and it's competitive. Sports are competitive, and when you have one position, goalkeeping is a very alpha position, and so any kind of temperament can exist among a core group of goalkeepers. So in that regard, it's a nice thing. But at the same time, too, it's a short season. Everyone wants to play. And I feel that these guys are professionals. They know when we step into into our area, into the box during training, they know to start putting in work, and I don't ever have to worry about that component, which is why I do all of my coaching now at this level. This is the level of coaching that interests me and where I want to be in terms of this is where I can be the most effective too.
You're not trying to convince the kids to do the things that they should be doing anyway.
Right.
The attitudes aren't there either. There's a different type of attitude. I'm the same way with you. Like, I'm not going to go drop down and, like, coach my son Gus's, like, U6 team someday. That's for someone else. Like, for me, it's more of,
I think
like,
you would lose your shit.
I would absolutely lose it. Like, God damn it, kids. I said run over there. No, but I hear that. It's like there's a level of respect for the game and an ability level that if you're not at that, then you need to get off the field.
Yep.
And if you can't do this drill at this minimum bar, then you're not going to play. It's not a participant ribbon show anymore. It's a
right.
That's where you start sifting out through the the colander, the players that are gonna just fall through, and the ones that stay are the ones you're gonna put out there. So
you got the bullet in you. You're getting mean.
I know
But we're all here for a reason, though.
Yeah.
We are all here for a reason. We definitely are, and but I agree with you. It's kind of how it shakes out. One question I wanted to ask, like follow up to that, is how is Ramon doing from a development player standpoint? He's only been out to a couple sessions because his club commitments are kind of get in the way of that, and we don't want to get in the way of a 17-year-old's actual club team. But
right.
How is he able to kind of handle things? I'm sure it's a little bit eye-opening for him.
It is, and he talks a little bit about nerves and things like that. But not in an excuse way.
Yeah.
And he's ready for the next level, and his athleticism, and he's got a strong technical background as well. There's a lot of wide-eyedness with him back there, but I really admire.
There should be.
Yeah, absolutely at this level. But I admire him stepping in and doing the work that he's done thus far.
Like facing a shot from a guy like Brian Coleman,
who
hits it hard every time, and you're 17.
Burns holes in the back of the net.
Yeah. Literally injured AJ's knee with a shot.
Yeah, and he's coming out and taking crosses and things like that as well.
And taking
that's,
hits.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Doug, thank you so much for joining us. We are looking forward to not only the direction and the mentoring, but that you're passing along to the members of our goalkeeping room, but everyone on the team. But like I mentioned to AO, do you mind sticking around for a little speed round action?
I'm not sure what this is, but sure.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start with AO since he's been anxiously waiting for the past segment. But first off, the People's Pitch Podcast Speed Round is brought to you by the wonderful people in the Valley of Gold at Lupient Automotive. Did some asshole hit your car in the parking lot on St. Patrick's Day and take off like it did to me? Well, you're in luck. Head on down to Lupient Automotive and get that pig polished up. Or just screw it. Buy a new car. Seriously, just go buy a new car. Visit Lupient.com for all things car today. Okay, so we're going to do something different. Nate's going to do a little speed round with AO, and then I'm going to take Doug. So I'm not going to do both of them.
No, I'll do the intro here. So AO, we like to ask everyone, if you need a drink, you got plenty of drinks in front of you, 3 different liquids. Do you need to stretch it all?
You know, why not? I think everybody.
No one ever stretches.
I like
no one
that.
ever stretches.
All right.
I'm fine.
No.
Go ahead.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Get,
a little,
get loose, man.
Yeah.
Here we
Want a
go.
little,
That's good.
Yeah. Why not?
you need a little bullet?
Let's do a little of everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's do it all.
Little bullet, little stretch.
That's accurate accounting.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just taxes, right?
Are you ready, man?
Okay.
Number 1. What Hall of Famer was a 25-time All-Star, held the record for career home runs for 33 years, and wore the
Hank
number
Aaron.
4? Ah, nice! What twins were known for their sitcom catchphrase, "You got it, dude"?
There's only one pair of twins that I can think of that might relate to me. So Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen.
That is correct, from Full
You've
House.
been doing your research.
Yeah.
Like, who was it last time we had on? Was it Adam?
Yeah, you had no idea.
And we're like, you dumb idiot.
It was your Pribble question was
the
very
Pribble
hard, but he
question
could have
was
just guessed.
that was a tough question though.
He should have known that.
All right.
If he had listened to the podcast.
All right, finish this lyric. The stars at night are big and bright.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna leave me with Bright. Deep in the heart of Texas.
Yes!
Oh, there we go.
Got it.
Favorite D1 league? I mean, like top division soccer league.
Professional?
Yes.
Professional.
Yes.
Professionally amateur.
Professionally amateur. Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah. I would say EPL.
All right. Favorite team?
Ooh, it used to be Liverpool, but now it's Chelsea.
You are a bandwagon fan. So if you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
God, yeah.
You are a defender by trade lately. Who is your current favorite defender?
Favorite defender. Ooh, it's supposed to be a speed round, but this makes me think. Shoot, you know, I always appreciated Marcelo's kind of freedom that he has with his play.
Freedom of Rome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
The Ginga style as well.
Mhm.
Always good as from a Brazilian.
Yeah.
From the Pele movie. Is he also your favorite all-time, or do you have a favorite all-time defender?
Favorite all-time defender? Maybe. You know, I don't know if Roy Keane is a defender, but shit, the way he tackled people, man.
All right. I got a would
Love
you
it.
rather for you. Would you rather live your entire life, birth to death, in a day, and then wake up and start all over the next day, every day?
Wait, can we ask this again?
Yep.
Yeah,
Would you
I read
rather?
this too, and I was like,
Wait, what?
Would you rather
Yes.
live every day, born a baby and die an old man, and then wake up and be born a baby again and then die an old man? Or would you rather live your life quantum leap style, jumping from person to person every time you go to sleep, so you're never in the same body?
Oh man. Let's go with option number 1.
Yeah,
I
all
want
right.
to experience as many lives as I possibly can.
but do you get like a Ziggy? Like
If you quantum leap,
does?
no, man, you just got to figure it out.
Well, it's like, yeah, but he had a Ziggy. He just
He had
jumped
a hologram guy.
Yeah, but you know you're gonna spend half the day figuring out
but
who you
don't-
are.
see, yeah, that's the thing.
You know.
On the other one, you're like sand through the hourglass because you're like, I'm
Yeah.
Right.
It's tough.
Right.
I'm legal drinking age by happy
Yeah.
hour.
Right.
All right.
Great.
Who is the most dangerous
Sucking a titty
winger?
when at 5 a.m. and sucking a bottle at
Yeah.
at 11 p.m.
There we go. Who's the most dangerous winger you've ever had to defend?
Ooh, you know, I don't know about winger necessarily, but when I was in the youth leagues, I used to be matched up one-on-one with Teal Bunbury all the time. And I would have to say that Teal Bunbury was probably the most dangerous youth player I'd ever been matched up against.
All right.
So,
What happened to him?
Do you prefer grass or turf?
grass. Real grass. If it's a good field, real grass. All day. Every day.
You are an accountant. What's a frequently overlooked tax law that the average person could take advantage of?
I'm going to have to defer this question to someone else in my company. I do taxes. I do audits.
Oh, that would be irresponsible of you to answer is what you're saying. All right.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Doug, it is your turn.
Okay. Like we ask everyone, do you want to stretch?
Well, I'm going to follow AO's
You want to take
lead,
some
so-
time there? Yeah. But you've seen how the
Doing laps.
Yeah, he's doing laps. You see how the speed round works. 10 questions.
Okay.
I'm not moving to the next one until you answer the one before that.
All right.
Do you want something else? Need some water? You
good.
stretch a little bit. We're ready to
Good.
go.
Yep. AO warmed it up. So.
Okay. All right. So number 1, in the blockbuster hit film The Hangover, starring Bradley Cooper and Zach Galifianakis, what was the first name of their friend whom they famously lost on their bachelor party in Las Vegas and incited twists and turns, ultimately finding him just before his wedding?
Fucking Doug.
And number 2, what international city are 1 in 8 people who live there over the age of 65 years old?
I'm thinking this is a trick question, and we're talking about a city in Florida.
No, it's definitely international. But if you were paying attention to his questions, his first 2 questions,
International city.
where 1 in 8 people are over the age of 65 years old, it is not an American city. You can just name one if you don't know what it is.
going to be a city too much longer.
Yeah, close. Yeah. If you think it's a Florida city, you can say that too. Whatever.
We know that's not right. What international things came up in your discussion? Did you just formulate this on the fly?
No, it's been down. Yeah,
International city over the age of 65.
1 in 8 people is over the age of 65. Just any city. Just gotta throw a guess there. I can't go.
Stoke.
It is actually Sydney,
Oh,
Australia.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Sydney.
Well done.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. So first.
Should have thought really close to
So
home.
what was the first one? What was the answer to the first one?
Doug?
And what was the second one?
Sydney.
Yeah, there you go. People don't get it every time.
freebies.
Yep,
Two
2 freebies. Yep. Okay, so number 3, who's your favorite goalkeeper?
So, Oliver Kahn
Yeah.
and Tony Miola were who I.
You don't have to have a
growing
1.
up.
Both those guys are like
Right.
1A, 1A,
Right.
0.5.
Yep. Those were the 2 that I
exists.
modeled my game after.
Do you ever? Side note: you ever read Oliver Kahn's or Jens Lehmann's book, where he said that when he took over number 1 for Germany, that the day they found out, he locked the bathroom door and slept in the bathtub because he thought Oliver Kahn was going to kill him into sleep for the job back.
No,
Yeah.
I can imagine that because I'm not a fan of him.
But still,
Anyway.
Oliver Kahn seemed like the guy who would suffocate his roommate. And be
He's
like,
a
I don't know what
killer.
happened.
He's a killer. Yes.
Number 4. So we already talked about you're a Notre Dame graduate. You played soccer there. Is it true that there's a Rudy on every sports team at Notre Dame? Like someone who just gets their ass kicked, who thinks like, because of that movie, I can be the Rudy of soccer. at Notre
That
Dame.
legend has definitely breeded that.
Yeah.
So I think in some regards, yes.
Okay. So number 5, we found out as well you're an actor by day and maybe by night, depending upon what you're doing. And your website again is?
DouglasSydney.com.
Okay. What's the oddest role you've ever had to play? Like, what was the weird shit where you're like, all right, I guess I'll do this?
So the oddest stuff is the funnest stuff.
Yeah, right.
I've gotten to play some really off kilter stuff. The oddest. Well, I got cast for voiceover work, and this was probably 5 or 6 years ago. I got cast to do the voice of a junior high son. It was a mother and his son, and they thought that my voice age was young enough that I could do that. So that was pretty strange when I went in to read for that. And
You're like, I'm not a Junior high kid.
Yeah. And I got to play a very coked up, very messed up, washed up child actor in a film a number of years ago. It was a blast as an adult.
As an adult.
And
Nice.
and that was fun as well.
Okay, so we're just over halfway there. Number 6, do you have a friend named Becky? Any friend that you know named Becky?
Yes.
Does she have big boobs?
No.
Okay. Follow up. What about Ashley? Do you have an Ashley friend who has big boobs? I have a theory.
They don't.
What is big?
What is big?
Just bigger than normal.
Yeah. No.
Wow. You broke my theory.
Really?
You're the first person I've ever met who does not have a friend
busted out of the
named
Matrix.
Becky or Ashley where one of them
The
does not
Beckys
have...
that I know are very pretty. The Ashleys that I know are very pretty, but they are smaller chested.
Oh, what about you? Do you know a Becky or a Ashley? That's
But I know
fat?
where
I
you're.
do. Both smaller chested.
What?
Yeah.
We had the only 2 people on Earth that I know that in the same room at the same time.
Crazy.
Oh man,
Blowing
shit.
bits.
Theory isn't.
All right, well,
Theory doesn't check
well,
out.
fuck that. Okay, so number 7, if you could eat one condiment on everything you ate the rest of your life, what would it be?
God, so easy. Sweet relish.
Oh,
That
but
shit.
you don't know a girl named Becky with big boobs.
It is-
But you'll eat sweet
That was
relish.
so easy for some guy. Or soy sauce. Or hoisin sauce. I love food.
Both of those
Oh,
responses.
Honestly.
Are amazing. That's
you are one of a kind.
I think more
Mr. Doug
people
Sidney.
like sweet relish than they admit. 'Cause that shit is so good.
I love it, but I also know an Ashley and a Becky with big boobs. All right, number 8. Wow, sweet relish or soy sauce. Best soccer moment ever. Could be coaching, could be playing, could be whatever.
So when I was a junior in high school, we were in the state semifinals down at the Dome, and we got to go and train at the Gopher training stadium because it was turf, because the Dome was turf.
Yeah.
And at the very end of our training session, before our semifinal match, we did penalty kicks after every training session. Well, our starting goalkeeper dislocated his toe on the last penalty kick of the last training session.
So that was your
before our
soccer
state
moment.
So I had to step in and take over for him in the semifinals of state at the Dome in my first ever varsity start.
And how old were you?
I was.
What grade were you?
I was a junior,
Okay, so yeah.
and went in and had a 1-0 shutout.
Look at
Put us in the
that.
final, and he was ready to go. They taped his foot up, and he went out and had to get new turf shoes that were he had to get 2 shoes because one was so big, and he
Yeah.
played in the final, and we beat SPA 1-0. So we went through the Dome without getting scored on.
You just kept it going. That's awesome.
Ayo.
All right, so everyone, yeah,
Burnsville
Burnsville.
beat SPA.
It was
Yes.
many moons ago.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
This
no,
is
no,
before the Jewish Olympics were invented. Okay.
I was unaware that we ever played Burnsville in a state championship.
Yes. Did you go to SPA?
I did.
Sweet. So it was Leo was on the team, Rob McGee was on the team, Hershkovitz was on the team.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, that was
That was when Burnsville soccer was the jam.
that was the golden age of SPA soccer.
No, no one wants to go to Burnsville for soccer.
No one wants to go to Burnsville, period.
1990.
Absolutely.
To
yeah.
these
Yep.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, number 9.
Good
Maybe
memory.
if you want to stay in the fantasy suites.
Yeah, yeah. Number 9. Everyone gets one. It's a would you rather. So, would you rather be itchy for the rest of your life or be sticky for the rest of your life? Take all the time you need. It's a deep
It's
question.
only a speed round.
Take all the time you need.
You know what's to be? I could itch a scratch. To be sticky all the time would bug the shit out of me.
All right, number 10. We asked this of all of our goalkeepers, whether it be Adam from a coaching perspective, you from a coaching perspective, or the other guys. So in the net, you're like on an island sometimes, and sometimes that island gets real lonely and boring because the ball's on the other end of the field the whole time. What's kind of the oddest thing you've ever done to kind of keep your mind occupied or thought of while you were on that island? I can give you some examples of some things other people have said. If you
Go
need.
ahead.
James, what did James say? Do you remember what James said?
No.
Okay, I can give you one example. Coach Adams said every now and then he'll just get a wide stance and then just kind of move back and forth and like loosen the balls up and let him kind of go back and forth between the legs.
Okay.
And I don't remember what James said. I was hoping that
James said he wonders about what he eats at dinner.
Oh yeah. See, research right here. So what have you done when you're on that island?
So I have done this thing with myself where when it's down on the other end, I will do this thing where I will cross my arms and I will say, I'm going to stand here until the absolute last moment before I have to move one step. And I want to see how long I can stand there. So I'll stand and cross my legs. So I'm looking like it's this goalkeeper position.
Yeah.
Stance, and I'll see how long I can resist and be like, I can still cover that. Okay, it just went down the flank. I get over there in 3 steps. All right, we're back in the center, and I'll stay there. And that's what I'll do. And any of these things are good because they keep your mind active.
Yeah.
Anything to keep your eye on the ball so that you're not game watching and you're still at least tracking. Mm-hmm. So
you calculate how
long I can
until you have
stand there
to move
before I would have to move.
It's kind of like how I wake up in the morning. Like, how many more minutes can I hit snooze until I actually have to get up? Okay, that's it. You guys got through your speed rounds. Mr. Aaron Olson, AO, thank you so much for coming. Mr. Doug Sidney, even though you couldn't pick up questions 1 and 2, we still love you.
I got the first one.
Yeah, but you couldn't pick up on the 1 and 2. Well, thank you so much, both of you, for coming. We really appreciate it. Can't wait for what's going to happen this season.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That'll do it for us tonight, folks. Thanks always to our sponsor, Summit. We got a nice 12-pack here in front of us. Spring is officially here, and there are plenty of delicious occasions to drink delicious Summit beers. So head on down to your liquor store or to your local bar and drink one on the patio of your choice. Memberships for 2017, they are on sale. $60 will get you a season pass. It's going to get you a nice new membership scarf. And, of course, you can make what we created your own. And so much soccer. Oh, my God, there's so much soccer this summer.
So much.
If you are not quite sure, you want to commit to the full membership, that's fine. You got a busy summer. That's cool. Maybe you just want to check out a couple games. Loser. Single game tickets are on sale now. $8 is going to get you in if you buy ahead of time. Otherwise, that's a $10 ticket. So I don't know what that. You might as well just light $2 on fire. Head over to Minneapolis City, MPLSCitysC.com. You got to get whichever entry method you want to into the fun today. Hey, so City is out on the town. We're helping kids connect to this fine sport, but we need the help and the support of the people. If you're looking to align yourself with a fine group that loves to give back, you are in luck because we do that here in Minneapolis City. We are a 501c3 that's doing good all over town by providing those less fortunate to have a safe, reliable place to play the beautiful game. It's never too early to get those tax-deductible donations on the books.
Right? Never too early, AO.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Consider giving to the club that gives back. If you want to get a hold of us, it's super easy. You just tweet at us at the People's Pitch. You can also we might tweet at you and you didn't just to piss you off.
Yep.
Or
happened today.
Yeah, happened today a couple times to some asshole in Duluth. Yep. Or you can get to us through email at mcscpodcast@gmail.com. All questions, comments, and concerns are of course welcome. And as always, you can hit up the club if you want to at MPLS City SC. And that's all. Hey, we're gonna be back next week. It's just gonna be me. John's gonna be out of town.
Yep. I'll maybe try to Skype in, but
yeah. So tons more banter. I'm gonna try to get a kick-ass guest, and I'm gonna leave you with some brand new hotness tonight from that house band Go Get 'Em Tire. The new song Highway 9 is awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. I am Nate.
I'm John.
John is here. We got AO here. We got Doug Sidney here. And you are the fans. Thank you so much. Enjoy your week, and peace out.
You got hoofed.
Gather my scattered things. You come
such a silent drive.